That's because the fade was on. Okay, now hit the button again.
Go, Paul. Go, Paul. Go, Paul. There he is. There you go. Come on, you got him, Brennan. Take it in. Bring it up. Ball back. Keep that back. football. Here, I get come on, Paul, take it.
flashing? Duffy, it's recording. Can I record? No. Why not? Are you watching Robbie? Huxton. Why'd you say that? Nothing.
And they're in the lane. Double team in the lane. That's where they are.
The ref says double teaming in the lane. The guy over there yells at him. Double teaming in the lane, ref, double teaming in the lane.
He's giving a coach.
I'm just giving a running count.
Get your man out of the way, go. Protect the basket, Polly.
I know it's recording this time, so I'm having a hard time keeping my eyes in focus.
Yeah. And you can't cheer.
No. It's
Gotta
hard.
be real still.
Duffy does a wonderful running commentary throughout his recording. He just stands here and talks all the while he's recording. I don't do that well.
Are you talking to it too?
No.
But sometimes?
Well, it picks up what you're saying. I mean, it records if you say something, so.
Well, that's fun.
I don't stand here and say, now that was a great shot, Brian, you know.
Ryan, your possessions. Hold on. Ryan, watch the break. Watch this guy. Ryan, stay with me.
Good.
Dale, you got to play loose out there at defense. Hands ball out. Help out. Move your feet, Chris. Move your feet, Chris.
There we go.
Heads up, guys. PJ, down PJ.
Stay with your guys now.
Take it, let's go. Take it all the way. Hold. Loose ball out to the side. Get a timeout ball. Timeout, Blue. See your coaches.
covering that eye?
Because I can't see.
I'll record. I can see.
Duffy, please.
Oh my. Wish I could. Probably because I stink at it, dumb, huh? That's why I can't do it, right?
No.
Well, how come?
I messed it up last week. I want to get it right before I start letting you do it.
Well, we'll just say you did it until the third, and you did 3/4 in the last quarter. I
This
get
is
it.
important, Duff.
Mom. Just,
Brian, you gotta follow the shot.
Duffy, move your elbows.
just,
Move your head.
I'm gonna make feel bad. Are yellow the guests?
Yes.
Yellow are the guests. Mom, yellow are the guests. Yoo-hoo, Mom.
Duffy, I can't look right now.
Look up at the scoreboard with the VCR. I mean, it'll just say what how much points there are.
Good defense, Bball.
Heads up now, Adam. Shane, there's your man. Right.
Get your man, Joe. Get your man.
That's it.
Get your man.
Shoot it, Jason, shoot it. Nice shot.
That's your man, Adam. That's your man.
Is that the pause button?
Yeah.
What's the name of your school?
St. Mary's.
St. Mary's?
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty name. Danny, they're going to close St. Mary's School in Joliet.
St.
Why?
Mary's.
That-
Carmelite?
Yeah, and how they're going to close it. But they, you see, the diocese took it over. And they're not paying. It was a learning center, and it was blacks and Spanish. And they're going in the red. And I guess they remodeled it.
Would you call this
beautifully.
filled up, Chris?
And they're going to
So they voted, they voted. I feel bad, like your father said when he saw it in the paper, he could have cried. Because he graduated, he graduated from there, and so did Danny.
But they didn't have any students.
Well, they only had 151, and they wanted 400.
How many did they have in there when my dad was going there?
What?
How many did they have there when my dad was a student?
Oh, that was a big
Brian,
school
would
then.
you call that one
Four or
filled up?
500 kids, Danny.
Really?
Call that
Sure.
filled up?
See where we're living
Yes,
now,
yeah.
Danny. That was all East Side Irish.
Mhm.
It was that whole territory, Meeker Avenue, all up north. They built the mill,
Would you call this
and
filled
they built St. Mary's School.
What? This here?
That school is old. That there, it's a shame, but it's the people themselves that can make it went the way it is.
Oh, that's
You know, because they sold out. This one kept selling and that one kept selling. And what they're gonna do, see, they invited, well, there's only two schools, which would be St. Joseph. Because Sacred
You call
Heart
this
closed, St. Cyril's closed, and St. Bernard's closed. 3 Catholic schools closed.
Excuse me, I have to run to the drugstore to get my prescription filled. Okay, I'll be right back.
What do you need?
I'll be right back.
Go ahead, Judy, don't worry about me, I'm visiting with Danny.
It's a good chance for you to do that.
Yeah, so anyway, they had, well, there was some white kids in there, but they called it a learning center.
Mhm.
And you're talking now, I was telling you about that was all the North End Irish that built that school and maintained St. Mary's Church. But see, they kept going, and when the mill was flourishing, that was
Would you call
like,
this filled up?
that their whole
Yeah.
side, was
Well,
great.
I can fit one more stick.
So, anyway, then I don't know what happened. The school kept, naturally, the people kept moving, and then they turned it into a,
Would you
they
call
still
this
call,
filled
well,
up?
Carmelite still ran it.
Yes.
But then somehow or
Jeff, would
another,
you call this
Blanchetti took
filled
it
up?
over.
Bang,
So
bang, I'm gonna
both
shoot
Sacred
your ears,
Heart and
sweetie.
combined Sacred Heart.
Mm.
That was
Would you
St.
call this
Mary's.
filled up?
But,
They closed Sacred Heart too?
yeah, Sacred Heart's closed
Yeah,
too.
we
So
closed
there's
the
only
doors on
St. Joseph's and St. Thad's. And St. Thad's
This
is full
one,
of
3,
Mexicans.
4.
And St. Joseph's.
Well,
How many-
St. Joseph's has got a lot of their own people, but they still got Mexicans in some color.
How many kids go to St.
Both of them?
Joseph's?
Oh, Lord, that's a big school.
9.
That's a big school, Danny.
Excuse me.
So anyway,
Duff.
they both, first it came out in the paper with Father Niles. You knew him, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I
he's
got
the
10
superintendent of
pages.
the diocesan school.
I'm gonna get
So
more
they voted to,
because I'm gonna take off.
they brought it up at the
stickers
school
and put
board
it on.
meeting that they thought they were going
The
to have
pages
to close
of
the
them.
school.
What sticker? Where
Well,
are you
then
gonna
the
get 'em?
parents,
In the
they
book.
claimed they didn't know the
I'm gonna take them
financial
off that the
condition of
pages
the
aren't
school.
filled and put them on the pages
And then they
that
had
are
a
filled.
big meeting, but they
I'm gonna take them off the
voted-
pages that are
and they had-
filled
they-
and put
that
them
was
on
along
and
in
start
January,
working
and
on
then they
those
voted
pages
for
that
about
aren't
2 weeks
filled.
to definitely
I
close it,
wanna-
because there's only 100, there was supposed to be an enrollment of
Doesn't make
400
sense.
children.
Well,
And there's
Boys, keep it down.
those
and there
are
was only
mine.
151. So they, and the other schools, like St. Paul the Apostles and St. Jude, they were kicking in to keep this going. And they got their own schools to support.
Well, how many kids do they have? Duffy? See you later, okay?
But,
Bye.
so anyway, they're gonna close the school, so, like your dad said, he said, I could've cried when I read that in the
Did he
paper.
really say that?
He did, and he meant it. Because Danny, that's the heritage on the east side. But I understand the Catholic Church, they said they remodeled it beautifully in there. Oh, I worked my head off for that.
St. Mary's is on what street?
Eastern. It's
They
really-
had 400 students there.
Huh?
That's a big school.
Well, not now they haven't.
No, but they did at one time.
Sure, they did, because there was a lot of people sent their children there.
What about St. Cyril's? Didn't they have a
That's
school?
closed. St. Cyril's closed, St. Bernard's closed, Sacred Heart closed. And the only two schools was St. Mary's, St. Thaddeus, and St. Joseph. So they had that Father, what's his name, Aram, over at St. Thad said last Saturday that they should pray for him because he was invited. See, I suppose the bishop wanted to go there and invite all those kids. Where they're going, they're blacks, or wherever they're going to go into their school or St.
Mhm.
Joseph's.
They have room for them?
Well,
They had 160.
they had 151.
Boy.
That's all they had. And they said they couldn't keep the school. And they said if they couldn't pay the tuition of whatever they were asking,
Chris.
some of the parents wanted them to raise it. And he said that wouldn't solve the problem.
Well, maybe for 8th grades, they need 8
Well, see, I
teachers.
don't know nothing, Danny, how, well, I think they did have a graduation there, but I don't know anything about how the school was run. All I know, it was a learning center.
Duffy, how many kids do you have in your school?
Around 100 and
No.
through 200.
You've got close to 250.
We used to have something like 300.
I was
There's-
wondering how big of a school.
There's 8 grades, and I suppose maybe they average about 25.
25, 20.
So that's 200. And there's 2 kindergartens, and they've probably got about 15 apiece, so that's 200.
No, we have all together. There's 25 in kindergarten.
Including you.
You know, all
225.
together.
10 and 15.
How do you like kindergarten?
Good.
Are you a serious student?
Yeah.
But you know, Danny, when my kids went to school, it was 50 cents a month for tuition. 50 cents a month. And if you had more than two, the first two, the third one went free.
Tuition for them is $300.
I forget what Patsy's paying, right? 400, I think.
Each one is 300, but there's a maximum of 700.
You mean for each child, $300? Oh, you don't have it, huh? So like, I think she's paying, did she tell me $450 for the two of them?
Well, it's
They raised it this year.
It's 300 for each child, but for the third child, but for family, it's no more than 700. So the third child is $100.
But you got to pay $300 a piece for your boy.
Yeah, and that doesn't come close to covering the budget. It costs the parent probably in the neighborhood of $800 plus for each child. I mean, that's what it costs them. And that's just for overhead expenses. paying the salaries for the teachers and the books, and that doesn't include
Do you have
anything.
any lay teachers there?
Yeah, but that doesn't include anything for the heat, which is a big expense.
I don't know, Danny. I don't know what. Well, I know the churches. The St. Mary's Carmelite is going downhill because all of the people, the good people that would support the church, Danny, is gone on the west side. And St. Paul the Apostle is ahead of the cathedral.
In the number of people that are
In
in the church.
in the money, in the financials.
Is that right? Betsy likes us.
Ain't she?
Come here.
Oh, does she want to come on?
Oh no, she doesn't like to come up on the couch.
She what?
She doesn't come up on the couch.
Oh, I thought she did when you.
No, this is as far as she goes.
Oh, like Danny, huh?
Oh yeah, she's pretty much my
Where'd
dog.
you ever get that dog, Danny? Well,
This
she loves the children.
this dog is an Illinois dog.
Is it?
Yeah, she's Christopher's age. We've had her as long as we've had Christopher.
Oh.
And we had a dog that was run over by a car, a little dog.
Oh.
And we were sort of looking in the paper, and some of our friends have had collies and they've liked them.
Oh, that's a beautiful dog.
And in fact, what happened was, I saw in the paper that somebody had a collie, a beautiful female collie that had been found, and it was at a humane society. She was lost in Illinois, in one of the
This
Chicago
dog?
suburbs, and they took her to a vet, and nobody claimed her, and they were going to put her to sleep.
This dog, Danny?
Yeah. And a lady who raised collies found out about her, and went to this humane society where she was and paid $40 to bail her
Brian was
out.
up in the tree and
I didn't even watch
Excuse
it
me,
off.
excuse me.
The
And paid $40 to bail her out, and then brought her home and then put an ad in the paper, and that's how we got her. We paid the $40.
Well, wasn't that nice?
The lady didn't want to see her put to sleep.
Well, I don't blame her, because, oh.
Boy, she's been an elegant dog for us.
Yeah, I know. Mary was telling me about this. It's a beautiful dog. I miss my little dog terrible. I'd love you.
She loves,
Yeah.
she loves to play ball. Betsy.
Did she brought the ball? Come
Yeah,
on.
did she? She got me. Betsy. Betsy. Bets. Get your ball. Where's your ball? Now she'll come back eventually with the ball. She won't forget. She won't pick up that big ball.
Won't she?
She might if she's desperate, but she prefers tennis balls.
Yeah, she loves tennis balls or hard balls.
The hard ball, I was sitting on the couch. She won't put the ball in my lap. So that's the story about old St. Mary's School, Danny.
Well, so how about, how many kids are at St. Mary's? Do they have a big school?
That's a big school. Uh-huh.
And
But
so
I
raise-
guess, see, they related, it was all in the paper, but I can't remember how much it cost St. Paul's to keep their school
How
going.
about it cost?
You know.
And they've got a new school,
Yeah,
relatively.
they've got their St. Paul and their St. Jude's, St. Mary Magdalene's. and
St.
there's-
Mary Magdalene's, where's that?
That's out in, like in Ingles Park, around out
Okay.
in there. And let me see, there's St. Paul Apostle, and there's St.
Brian, Duffy let Betsy out. Would you go get her? She's not
Yeah,
here.
you'd want her to get run over, honey. And St. Jude's is out in Marycrest. And then they got St. Mary Magdalene's and a St. Jude's in New Lenox.
How about Holy Cross?
Yeah, Holy Cross and Crows.
How about
They only had 2 kids in the 1st grade.
the one in St. Ambrose? Isn't there a church up there? The school
Now,
up there?
I think that school's closed too.
Off of Theodore.
I think that's closed too.
Gee, a lot of schools are closed.
Oh, St. Mary's Nativity. Now, that's a flourishing school.
It is, huh?
Uh-huh. That's for all the people. Where's your ball, baby? Huh?
She'll look good.
He said,
Don't have to ask her twice. She'll look around.
where's your ball?
She's looking now.
And now that's the story behind the story of that dog.
Oh, she's been a great dog.
Oh, I bet you love her.
She
The
had a.
kids-
Go ahead.
The kids love her too.
Oh yes. She's had a problem. She's been to the vet lately. She couldn't keep her food down.
Yeah, I know, that's what the children were telling me.
And we found out that she had an allergy.
Where's your ball?
She had an allergy either to milk or to soybean or something else that they always put in dog food.
Oh.
So the vet said, try this other kind of dog food. And she's been fine ever since.
What do you give her, Danny?
I don't know the name of this stuff, but we get it at the vet.
Oh, you buy it there, huh?
Yeah, but it's not any more expensive than the stuff you buy in the grocery store that they advertise.
Well, I've been kind of watching the papers. Of course, with the winter coming on, Rita wanted to get me a dog. And I figured with the winter coming on...
What kind of dog you want?
Well, I miss my dog, terrible,
I don't
Danny.
blame
She
you.
was just but she went blind, and she had a heart condition, and it just got to the point where she was choking. So Rita took her to the vets just to see if they could do anything to her, and they said that she didn't have long to go, and we had to put her to sleep.
Phone. Hello. Yeah, just a second, Ben. Huh? Oh, Brian, you got it? All right, goodbye.
Where's your ball, baby? So I said, well, with the winter, I was a little bit afraid of going up and down the stairs, you know.
What kind of dog are you looking for?
Well, I don't want a great big one. Like, I love this dog. It's beautiful, Danny.
They make those in a toy, you know.
Do they?
They're called, well, there's a dog called a Sheltie, which is about 1/3 as big as those things. And then there's a dog called a toy collie, which is about this big.
Yeah.
It looks just like that. It's
Well,
a
when
toy
Rita was
collie.
up here shopping, she always comes in November and shops for the kids. And they went over in the small near, I don't know, it was near Rockford, I think. Or
They've
was
got
it?
a pet shop.
And she saw this poodle. I think it was a poodle. She went nuts over the dog, and she was going to buy the dog for me, and the dog was $300. But she didn't care. She said, I'm going to buy that dog for Ma. So when she came home, she didn't buy it. She was hesitant about getting it. Thinking about me, you know, having to break the dog in the winter, you know. So anyway, she said, Ma, I got your Christmas present out in the car. I says, in the name of God, Rita, I hope it ain't a dog. And it wasn't, no.
Oh.
And then she, the more she thought of the dog, Danny, the more she wanted to go back and buy the dog. But I talked her out, but I didn't do it. And I've been kind of watching.
But now you're starting to think about dogs.
Well, now that the weather's getting nicer, you know, it would be company for me. Of course, I can content myself. I watch the television, and
Oh, I think you've always had a dog.
I've always had a
So you
dog.
ought to get one.
Well,
What kind do you want?
that's it. Chihuahuas, Danny, are scarce.
They are. I didn't know that. I got a dog book on this.
But she's beautiful. Can't you find? She looks like Lassie.
Yeah, that's what she is. She's a collie.
Look at her. How often do you feed her, Danny?
Oh, she eats once a day. She doesn't eat very much. But most of her is fur.
Who do you take her to, Danny?
To take care of her, you mean?
Yeah, the veterinarian.
Oh, there's a vet in town.
What do they-
Actually, we switched vets. It's a good thing because the guy that we took her to figured out her problem. The other guy was going through all kinds of tests, and he said she had enzyme deficiencies in her body, and good God.
Well, I know we spend a lot of dog. Look at her out there. Isn't she beautiful? She got a beautiful baby dog.
There's a book called The Book of the Dog.
Oh.
So here you go. It's got all the breeds.
And that's how
We
you...
used to have basset hounds.
Yeah, I remember that big long one you had, Danny.
Yeah, I don't think you want one of those.
Oh, no, they're too big. Oh, look at that, Danny.
As puppies, they're just
Um,
wads of fur.
Well, how old was she, Danny, when you got her?
I would think she was about a year old when we got her.
Oh, was she? Was she big like that?
Yeah,
Was she?
and she's full grown, and she's a...
Well,
For a
did you
female,
ever
she's
spay
a
it,
pretty
Danny,
big
or what?
female. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, I was wondering, yeah.
She's a good-sized female. I suppose you don't want a St. Bernard.
Oh, yeah.
Terriers are nice.
Yeah, they're cute. Little Irish dog. That's a cute little dog, too.
That's another kind of terrier. There are so many terriers like to hang around the house. And they sort of stake out their own territory, and they're good watchdogs.
Are they?
Yeah. Any kind of terrier is a watchdog. And you know, they kind of like to stick around and.
But I was reconciled when Rita come home and she said to me, "Well, Ma," she said, "the veterinary just said," she told me that the baby didn't have too long to go." It was pitiful, Danny.
Yeah.
She bumped into the table and bumped into the chairs, and I had to have newspapers on the floor. She was a lot of work in the kitchen for me, you know, I couldn't let her, you know, 'cause she couldn't go down the steps. And you know what? She wouldn't let me pick her up, Danny, and I couldn't touch her.
She was scared.
Yeah. So she said they were going to put, it cost us $40, but.
I think that was a good move.
Oh yeah, we had to do it.
You see a lot of hunting dogs around here.
Yeah, I know, I imagine you would. But oh, I just love her. You give her the run of the house, Danny?
Oh,
Sure. I don't believe in getting a dog and, you know, locking it up. I'm surprised you're, well, in one way your father shouldn't get a dog because they're working, you know, and the dog would be alone.
most dogs sleep half the time anyway. So.
Do they?
Oh yeah.
I thought sure he'd get one when Susie died.
Yeah, but he didn't. I suppose if he could get one that was housebroken. Susie was kind of a crazy dog.
Yeah, I know she was. Well, that was your dog, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, sort of, but I wasn't home. I don't know how we ever came to own Susie.
I don't want a big dog.
I
Dan.
sort of liked her.
This is beautiful, but somebody'd steal her. I bet if I ever had a dog like that, and then I'd have to walk her. But she's, oh, I just love that dog. Took to me right away.
She's friendly. She's smart too. Betsy. She's still looking for that ball.
Well, did you lose? I think your ball's downstairs.
Lay down.
Oh, you're a sweetheart. Yeah.
She's very friendly. She's good with kids too.
You'd be lost without her, Danny. It's
Oh
just-
yeah. That's a nice dog. Have you ever heard of the corgis? Welsh
No.
corgi?
Uh-uh.
You know who's got corgis? Queen Elizabeth.
No.
Oh yes, she's known for her Welsh corgis. And in fact, the lady that got Betsy couldn't keep her because she raised corgis. She had 7 of them.
But she saw this ad in the paper, huh?
And a friend of hers had been to that vet and seen the dog and said, "Boy, this is a gorgeous collie."
And Danny got it. And you got a good home.
Oh yeah, she's happy. There's a fox terrier. They're kind of.
They're kind of nice, Dan. They ain't no Chihuahua. Yeah, there's a Chihuahua. Ain't that one up the second?
No, that's a toy terrier.
Oh, toy terrier, huh?
Yeah, that's probably. I saw a Chihuahua in here.
And I used to give her a
There's a
bath.
Chihuahua.
Yeah.
The
Oh.
smallest dog.
Yeah, that's what Rita had.
You know, they're a long-coated Chihuahua.
She paid $45 for it because it was a female.
Mm-hmm.
Just what she got. And it was somebody at the hospital that had the dogs, and she brought. And we raised her from a baby. I had her, Danny, 16 years.
Yeah, I think you should get a dog. You know, boxers are a nice dog. Very
You mean a
friendly.
bulldog?
No, it's a boxer. It looks a lot like a bulldog. It's got that face, but they're sleeker looking. They have toy boxers too. I suppose it's sort of like a bulldog. There you go, a dandy Dinmont Terrier. Look at that little woolly furry.
Yeah. Rita likes dogs too. She'd go nuts over this one.
Yeah, I think you ought to get one.
Oh, you bought the book on dogs, huh?
Would you like
Now,
to
do
read
you
it?
have to take her back to the one of your children said he had arthritis in his leg. That's another thing baby had, was arthritis, Danny.
We had to go away for a weekend, and she stayed downstairs, and somebody came and fed her.
Yeah, I know.
And we turned the heat all the way down. And she was real stiff. And the
Oh.
doctor said, well, it could be arthritis. But since, you know, she stays upstairs, or else she stays on that landing. She
Oh,
sleeps on
does
that
she?
landing.
Oh.
But now the boys have taken a shine to her, and they have her come into their room a lot.
Well, then.
That stiffness is gone now.
Well, see, that she probably was cold.
I'm sure she was, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what, they're sort of one, here's a Lhasa Apso. A lot of people like those. It's
Yeah.
a dog that comes out of Tibet. very, very friendly.
Oh,
cuddly
poodle
dog.
is nice, but oh, you gotta have them combed and and have them haircuts and everything.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too excited about it. Then there's Pekingese. Didn't Rita used
That's
to have one
what,
of those?
oh, Marilyn had a beautiful Pekingese, Danny. Just beautiful. But it got old and died too, so they had to put it to...
There's
well,
that corgi. Look at that. See
yeah,
it?
isn't that cute?
And they're lapdogs. This is the more popular of the Welsh Corgi, possibly owing to royal patronage.
That dog, Danny, knew everything I said to her. When I'd sit down at night to relax, I always had a cover, on my chair. She'd come right up on the chair, and she'd sit right alongside of me. And then if she'd want to drink of water or she wanted to go out, she'd jump off the chair and look at me, And I could have her trained that I'd leave her out the back door. That was before she went blind,
Sure.
She was a lot of work for me, though, toward the last, because I had to keep papers on the floor.
I think you'd be able to break one without a lot of trouble. Here's poodles.
Yeah, they're cute.
Pomeranians.
Yeah, Pomeranian. My Rona used to have a Pomeranian, got killed.
Did she? It's a miniature Spitz. I didn't know that. But that corgi, I think, is a nice dog because they have a nice disposition. Have you ever known anybody that has schnauzers?
Yeah, I had a friend years ago.
Sort of a gray-blue.
Yes, that had a little schnauzer.
They're a one-family or one-person dog, boy. You don't mess with them.
Oh, one person, huh?
Well, one family, and nobody fools around with them. Now, they're a good guard dog, good watchdog. And
Well,
they
Baby
look
was
like
a good
kids.
watchdog, I'll say that.
They come in 3 sizes. There's a tiny one. There's a medium
Where'd
one.
she go now, Danny?
Oh, she's in the other room. This dog comes in one breed that's as big as a German Shepherd.
Oh, my
They use them for guard dogs in Germany. Scotty.
Daddy's cute.
Yep. So terriers are hard to beat. There's a Welsh Terrier, that's a big terrier. There's a Highland Terrier, white terrier.
No, I miss my dog. Well, she was dead now a year. And
Here.
Hello. Sort of hard to get in here.
Judy's bringing in the newspaper, huh?
We're talking dogs.
Didn't you have anything on with that? Oh, you're used to it, ain't you?
Well, I was just in and out of the car.
Oh.
That kind of thing. Oh God, we're on TV here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, look at me. Cynthia.
You're recording even.
Huh?
Well, we haven't been able to get to work.
Why not?
I don't know.
I bought some 7-Up.
Great. You want some 7-Up?
we
Graham?
should
Not right, no, Danny.
go through what we've got out there in case we need to make a run.
Okay.
No
problem.
I bought some beer and some wine and some champagne.
Oh, Lord, you got everything. huh?
Not too much beer though, when I think
No,
about
I
it. But
don't
we
blame you. You know, Judy, I notice when we go out to eat, there's not very many people drinking beer. They're always drinking wine.
A lot of wine,
Yeah, they're
except
drink-
on St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of green beer.
Well, then they drink, huh?
Yeah. The kids left their stickers all over the floor.
They got nice books there, Judy.
Yeah, but they sure left a mess here.
Oh, well, you're always picking up with children. But it's
Always.
clean dirt, Judy.
I hope so.
Yeah. Clean dirt.
I think the altar looks nice, Graham.
I like it that way, Judy. I think that's a good way to leave it.
You've been reading the paper?
Oh, I read the paper, sure.
I mean, for dogs?
Well, I kind of look in Joliet, but they always say to me, good home,
This lady's got some Cairn Terriers.
Do you have a daily paper here, Dan?
It's probably the most expensive daily newspaper in the United States.
Boy, what do you pay for it a week? I send $20 and something every 3 months for
It's
mine.
$1.50 a week.
Oh, jeepers.
There's the Cairn Terrier. I don't know. It's kind of an unusual looking thing. Somebody's got those. Somebody's got, well, they say they're adorable and they don't shed.
Does your dog shed?
Oh,
Does
yeah,
she?
she does.
Well, what do you do then? Just brush her, huh?
Yeah, we brush her and then we vacuum.
What do you do in the summer with her, Jude? How does she stand the heat?
She's fine. She pants a lot,
Does she?
but she doesn't. Her temperament isn't affected by it. Well, other than a caring
Well, did you
carrier.
have to give her, did you have to give her all the shots and everything when you got it?
Yeah. She had already gotten some shots. That went into the
I
initial
funny,
plan.
Danny, wherever, you think it got lost or you think somebody abandoned it?
Oh, I think she got lost.
Lost.
She doesn't like big trucks. She's afraid of
Is she?
highways. Yeah, I think she got good and lost. But, I felt good that we got her because it
Oh, well,
put her to
look.
sleep.
Why, sure, that dog, well, I don't blame you.
I wonder what Judy's up to.
Well, they're gone shopping a long time, ain't they?
Well, sometimes it's not easy to find what you want. Or you
I
find
don't
too
know what
many
she's
things.
looking for, but
I don't know either.
she wanted to go shopping. She asked me if I wanted to go with her, and I said, no, Mary, I don't think so.
What have you been eating lately? What's your diet like? Or the things you
Oh, I
eat?
eat everything, Danny.
What's your favorite chow?
What do you mean?
What do you like to eat best? What's your favorite?
I'm not too much of a steak lover. I eat it once in a while, I eat anything. Chicken. The other night I was hungry for duck.
Oh, you were?
Yeah. So Rita happened to be down at the Jewel. So there was a fresh duck. Well, she bought the duck, but there ain't a lot of meat on duck. It's a lot of bone. And Marilyn likes duck, and Joe don't like it, so I had her for supper. We had duck, and I don't know. Rita and I are neither one. Now, she was at the store, and she found 2 filet mignons. We don't eat great big steaks like that. Usually, if we go out, I get shrimp.
Oh, do you?
Shrimp or fish, or maybe if I feel like it, I'll get chicken. And that's the only enjoyment we get, Danny, is to go out to eat.
Well, I hope you like coming up here.
Well, I do like coming up. Well, I mean coming up here, yeah, but can't get up here all the time.
I know it. Well, do you feel like going down to see the office?
Well, I don't care.
Do you feel up to it?
Sure.
Okay. Let's go. I'll go get Judy and we'll see what's happening.